One of Breath of the Wild's most controversial features was weapon durability. You finally have a sword you love to use, and before you know it, it breaks. Here are some of my ideas on how Nintendo can improve upon this in the sequel. I have no shame in admitting that I am in the minority of people who actually enjoy the weapon durability feature, and even having them break. Before you click away, let me explain myself. I'm the kind of person who will find a single weapon that I enjoy and will stick with it for the entire game, which leaves me missing out on a lot of awesome weapons that I'll absolutely refuse to try. I'm also the kind of person who finds a really good item and refuses to use it. There will be a more difficult enemy for me to beat. There will be a harder boss down the line. Then before I know it, I've beaten the final boss and my inventory is stacked full of overpowered items. With the weapons breaking, I was forced to try new things all the time, taking me outside of my comfort zone, and I loved it. I think the weapon durability should stick around, but with some big tweaks. I feel like if they got rid of it, then there would be too many weapons in the overworld, and what would be the point of having more than one lying around? If they got rid of the durability, then I'll just have a full inventory of unbreaking soldiers' broadswords. But if they make it to where there's only one of each weapon, then what about the enemies who use the same weapons? Will they not drop them anymore? Will each enemy have a completely unique weapon? None of these options are viable or even fun to think about. So how can this feature be improved upon? I think at the beginning of the game, the durability system should be exactly the same as the first game. Once the game gets going is when improvements would make the most sense to implement. For this idea, I'm going to steal a few ideas from Minecraft. Much like the cooking pots stationed around Hyrule, I think weapon stations should have the same thing. These weapon stations could include things like crafting benches, enchanting stations, and anvils. With crafting benches, we can make our own weapons using materials we have mined ourselves, be that through rocks like in the original game, or new areas, like mines and quarries that can be added in. In the first Breath of the Wild 2 trailer, we see Link and Zelda adventuring underground with an abundance of luminous stone ore deposits around them. Could this new area be a mine? In the bench, we can make over-the-top crazy weapons, or fail, and end up with a weapon equivalent of the dubious food. Enchantment stations can take lesser use items, such as bugs or flowers, to add enchants to our already obtained or crafted arsenal. Enchants can include things like unbreaking, making the weapon last much longer, and sharpness to make the attack power higher, just as two quick examples. Anvils would take items that the weapon is made out of and just repair it. The less durability the weapon has, however, the more materials needed to repair it, so you would have to weigh pros and cons of repairing it or just making a new one. The anvil can also have another feature with weapon improvement, with more areas to get mineable materials, an overabundance of rubies, topaz, and sapphires. Adding one of those ores can give it fire, electric, and ice abilities, and will be applicable to every weapon in the game. This feature could make you very overpowered early on in the game, which is why I would suggest making the weapon stations far and few between, and each location only having one of the stations. So you would never see a crafting bench with an anvil, for example. If you needed more than one, you would have to venture out and find another. I do feel like that can be fixed in late game though, with a blacksmith opening up, with access to all three stations at once. But to counteract the convenience, they can charge you rupees as well. The blacksmith can be an additional feature you could add in outposts and towns like I suggested in my Rebuild Hyrule video, which I will link in the description. I'm sure many people have already thought of all of this, so if you guys know anyone who has, please let me know in the comments. But what do you guys think about any of my unique ideas? Any changes or suggestions you have for weapon durability? Let me know. Make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you also follow me on Twitch, where I'm live almost every day and we can talk about this idea further. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have a great day.